Hey guys, so today we launched a new feature. Hopefully you guys will like it. So if you go to your client section and you'll notice over here under the search box, it says last 15 clients you open. So if I go ahead and click on somebody, say Gary Bigsby, and I'm working on them, and I go back, you'll notice now it's keeping a tally of the last 15 people. So Gary Bixby's at the top. If I go down and open Trent Frank, um, again, I keep on throughout my day. And again, a lot of times people are working somebody and they forget who they just had. So if you just glance over to your left-hand side of your screen, it'll show you always the last 15 clients you opened, and it'll always be at the top, the most recent one. So again, it's only 15, the last 15. So again, that list will always change. And we did the same thing for the bond section. Again, on the left-hand side, last 15 bonds you opened. So if I go here, and let's just say this guy has more than one bond, and I went to this other bond. So you'll see his name shows up twice. But now if I say, well, what bond was it for Tyler? Oh, I was working on the 1500. We show you when you mouse over, we show you the power number and the bond amount. So that way you know which one you want to go into. And you'll notice here too, in the middle of the page or the top of the bond summary, we make a color now. So a green one will obviously, a green means active bond. But if I go to my FTA bonds and I click on a power number, you'll see now it's like a reddish pink color. And same thing for discharge bonds. Just glancing at it, I know it's discharge because the color changed. So a lot of people are visual. So especially if you're in it through the whole day, just glancing at it, I know that that's an active bond or that's a FTA bond just by the color. The other thing you'll notice that we did, if you go back to your active bonds or FTA bonds, for people that have the access to do it, we now have it because some people get lost. They don't know that in the drop down, there's a place where you can enter the discharge or enter forfeiture or reinstate bond. So I get calls all the time say, hey, how do I enter a discharge? Now you'll see a bond, any active bond, you'll see there's a button that says update bond status. So the action is still in the drop down. But again, for people that don't know it's there, now it specifically says update bond status. So if I click on it, it gives me my option. So I can enter FTA or enter a discharge. So if I say enter discharge, it'll take me right there. And again, going to prospects, forgot to list that. So you'll see on this account, if I click on a prospect's name now, it goes to the last 15 prospects you open. So this will be helpful, I think, for people that are in Bailbooks a lot and they want to go back to the person that they were just working on a couple of minutes ago. It's always on the left-hand side under for the bond section, prospect section, and client section. The last 15 defendants that you were working on will always show up, and it's per forever. So if I were to log out and I log in, a month from now, those people will still be there because it's always keeping track of the last 15 bonds that I open, not anybody open. It's for me per user. We'll have a different list. But if you have any questions about it, hopefully you like this feature. And if you're going to the show in Vegas, stop by our booth. We'll be there on Monday and Tuesday. Thanks.